Easilyconverted entered the digital and finishing market with a simple philosophy that they wanted to provide machinery that was of very high quality, extremely good price, delivery that you didn't have to wait months for, and product that would affect the businesses that were looking for a quick start on profitability on their label business. Easilyconverted has worked alongside Scott Labels to understand the label market, so that when we are asked the specific questions in relation to the label industry and how we can best affect their use of their manufacturing platforms, whether that be Flexo, whether that be digital, we are in a position to be able to talk from experience. So we've worked alongside Scott Labels, we've worked alongside our digital partners, which is obviously Konica Minolta. And I think in today's market, Konica Minolta digital labels are printed to an extremely high standard. So I think that the experience gained with working alongside those partners enables us to better inform the clients and help them make the right decision about the converting equipment that they need. And we think that Easilyconverted can offer any label manufacturer a really good head start in that converting world and finishing world.
It's been a very, very good experience because you have to take into account, I think, a lot of things when you get into digital label printing, from the ultimate amount of investment, your money that you've got available to spend, what you're trying to do, what your customer base is. Really and truly, what I found in our label printing business is that 80% of what people require of regular digital label printing are multiple varieties of probably 2,000 and 3,000 labels. Bigger label printers are now using digital as a means of surpassing Flexo, and they could be using, inkjet technology. But fundamentally, digital for us has been a very effective means of making profitable the numerous short runs that is out there in the market, and doing it with Konica Minolta very, very cost effectively. We've had an excellent experience with a machine which is frankly incredibly easy to run. Anybody with basic computer knowledge can become a label printer, to be honest with you. You need a studio to obviously be feeding the machine. Further to that, we decided on the Konica because quality is a given. Very, very reliable, high quality, very good colour matching systems. The capability to profile your press very simply with sort of a minimal amount of training. But what I see really is the reality is that the speed of a press is by no means the most important thing. Having said that, the Konica 230 press is an evolutionary model. It's now come up to running jobs very, very, very effectively at up to 23 meters a minute. That's very productive. Bearing in mind, obviously with digital, you press the button and you go. So there's no setup time. So with a machine running at that speed, you can be highly productive. I think from Easilyconverted's point of view, going back to the point of real-time experience in the real world of printing labels. And even with very experienced label printers, taking on, if somebody's coming from the sheet-fed world and they're going into labels, they're very busy, they're doing their normal work, satisfying all their regular business, and they need a seamless, simple way of getting into a marketplace which they can easily get into with this equipment. But I think from what Easilyconverted offers is actually a one-stop shop. We're there to actually train personnel who are not experienced in running that equipment, give advice, and the one thing that may hold people back is thinking, yes, it could be very profitable to get into this marketplace, but have you really got the time to learn some new skills? Commercial printers, sheet printers, anybody in the print world that has got a studio, has got graphic designers, have got art workers, can move into the label, the markets. So for example, we have a plotter cutting machine. The advantage of that equipment is that basically there is no tooling. It's not the fastest operating machine, we're talking of probably about 15 meters a minute, but nevertheless, it runs virtually unattended, or it does run unattended. You have the ability to cut intricate shapes, from a key line made in your studio, be up and running on that in sort of minutes. Moving on from there, semi-rotary technology, which has been the generally accepted technology for die cutting labels, because it gives you the capability to, with one servo-controlled, very large magnetic cylinder, you can produce a very large range within the circumference of the size of the cylinder. You can create any repeat length you want, which is quite important to various sorts of digital technology, label printing technology. Moving forward from there, you then get into the embellishment of labels, which you need really to do offline, medium and short runs. There's enough work there in the marketplace for a long time to come. But differentiating yourself, you maybe need to look to these embellishments. So the other sort of equipment we can include in such as our NDF range, where we have the same basic functions, semi-rotary die cutting, additional flexo printing, so you can add extra spot colors to your digital print. You may have a digital press that can't produce certain Pantone colors, so you can re-register on our equipment to produce parts of the design that you can't perhaps print on your digital press. Hot foiling, cold foiling, embossing, and the feature of being able to produce offline peel and reveal labels very simply, very effectively, by means of what we call laminate to register. And this really is a very high growth area. If you're producing really high volume, that needs to be done in line, probably on a high speed flexo press. But again, the reality is probably lots of medium runs. Most label printers now are being asked regularly for peel and reveal labels. All of these kind of effects really, it lends itself to being done offline. So this can offer a very affordable way to get into that market. If we can talk about Scott labels, I believe in the decision we've made to invest in a further Konica press in the 230 probably gives us amongst, if not the lowest running costs potentially in the professional, high quality area of day-to-day label printing. So for any trade partners that may wish to come and talk to us, I think we can be, we can give very good value for money. And I think at the end of the day, the bottom line, was obviously very important in that respect. My experience, within Scott Labels was that it was quite shocking the amount of investment that was also required to simply get into die cutting labels and doing basic finishing operations. So I started to look around and I looked at second-hand equipment which was on the market, and then I started to think that maybe there was something more affordable, and basically looked to purchase machinery from China. One of the things that that has been said about equipment that's sort of designed and developed in China is that perhaps it's good quality equipment, tried and tested, but not perhaps that innovative. But an example I can give you of extremely innovative technology which solves a potentially huge problem for most label printers is the snowball waste matrix system, whereby a system where the matrix is supported constantly from the moment it breaks away from the web means that almost any intricate shape can be stripped from the substrate without the usual issues of breakages, which causes a lot of inconvenience, a lot of lost time. And this really is a fantastically useful feature which features on all of our range of converting equipment now, of the semi-rotary and modular converting equipment. And what we've subsequently found is that perhaps it's the next step forward that is potentially our marketplace in a lot of cases. Of course, we're very interested in companies that want to produce labels in-house, which is what the likes of this sort of investment I think makes perfectly viable, both with Konica Minolta and Easilyconverted equipment. And what we're finding is a great deal of interest in Easilyconverted products, because we can bring to market equipment very quickly at a very affordable price that is very much state-of-the-art technology. It really is the support that Konica, with their scale of their organisation, their experience in producing printing solutions throughout the print world globally, means that their understanding of service is, I believe, probably unsurpassed, and that's critical to in the print world.
Konica Minolta, we've been working with David at Scott Labels for around 5 years now. So the change of direction of the business, adding Easily Converted, was really a great benefit for both us and Scott Labels. As we grow our digital offerings, the need to have cost-effective digital label finishing solutions only increases. And with what Easily Converted is offering, it will give hopefully a solution for growth for Scott Labels business and Easily Converted, as well as supporting Konica Minolta's ambitions to grow in the digital label space. We offer quite a comprehensive technical solution in the press. However, having the support, the backup of the press is really as important, if not more important, than actually purchase of the hardware.